All right, folks, so fatherhood is more about than just providing. It's about being present, intentional, and truly engaged. But what does that really look like in today's world? I suspect it looked the same way a long time ago. But in this edition of Conversations, we dive into what it means to be an active father and explore the evolving role of dads in their children's lives. Obviously, he would be a good role model, and obviously some other parents here. I think everyone knows my story about being a younger father. But I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, I guess only you can describe it in the way that you have, because it was your lived experience. Mm-hmm. But my wife sometimes, like when I'll question things or elements about my parenting style and whatnot, and she'll be like, yo, give yourself a little grace, because the decisions you've made, right, are in the moment what you thought was the best decision, right? And I'll say the same thing to you. I mean, in those moments when you identify gaps or room for improvement in your particular fatherhood or parenting style, yeah, sure, you'd have fallen short in some areas, but generally, my belief is that you would have made the best decision based on where you were in the moment.
Yes or no. And my issue would be with one child. I have 4 kids, and it was my very first one that I had an issue with. And I learned something from that. And my other daughter said to me that because of my, what's the word I want? Because I didn't do so well with my first child, I was actually brilliant with the others. Right. My daughter said that. I don't know if brilliant is the right word. But I learned something from an interview I did with Simone. And she asked a question about what I would say to other fathers. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking about it, and I said, don't think that because you keep in touch with them that they're fine, which was my issue. Because I've always been in touch with my kids, always. Even that, Nikki, that I had a problem with, always. And when I say always in touch, I don't mean I call them once a month, or I mean regularly. Even now I do that. I mean, me and my kids talk very, very regularly. Mm-hmm. But I thought she was okay, the fact that she did hear from me every week, and me and I talk, but I wasn't there physically for my first daughter. And that ended up being an issue, even to today. Mm-hmm. So it is different because I wasn't there for her 5th birthday, and, you know, I mean, yeah, I was there for graduation and stuff, but there were things that you can't go back to. Mm-hmm. There is no way after the child is 21 that you can say, let's have a 10-year-old birthday party.
Right.
That
gone. Yeah, that should be said.
That gone. So it is absolutely important, in my opinion, that you are physically there. Yeah. And I wasn't.
So we're going to go through some core, 3 core elements of active fatherhood, and then some pointers to support those. So let's start with emotional availability, which flows right into that last point you made. Because in the sense of active fatherhood, emotional availability stands as a robust pillar. It refers to the father's ability to empathize, respond, and connect with their children on an emotional level. By fostering a strong emotional bond, a father can gain a deeper understanding of his child's or children's needs and feelings. And that emotional connection leads to children who are more confident, secure, and emotionally intelligent.
Yep. Next one says active participation. And active participation, the muscle of active participation, signifies the engagement of fathers in child-oriented activities and decision-making processes. It's about more than just holding the fort. It's about influencing the architectural design of a child's life. More than just being bodily present, it requires an active, hands-on approach. And whether it's helping with homework, attending extracurricular activities, or participating in storytelling sessions, every act of engagement counts. Mm-hmm. It's interesting that we had a father-son earlier about the go-kart, and obviously he's supporting physically, he's there actively, he's around his child, and that's what this one is talking about.
In a good way, because it can be there, but...
Perfectly right.
Yeah. Consistent presence. The soul of active fatherhood lies in a father's consistent presence. Continuity crafts an environment where the child feels secure and cherished. A consistent presence communicates commitment. It provides a child with a variable they can count on amid any chaos. Active fathers, through their stable presence, provide a sense of security and normalcy, both of which are essential for a child's growth and development. And we go on, it's vital to be actively involved in your child's life, whether you live together or not. And here are some ways to create healthy, positive engagements with your children.
And one says, speak positively to and about their mom.
That's
and I am lucky in that way if you spin it around, because Nikki's mom always spoke positively about me. I was never put down and him not there, and I was actually surprised the way they still speak about me. It is essential to be on the same page as their mother about their role. Be clear and respectful, emphasizing your desire to be an involved father. Speak positively about her in front of your children to show respect and maintain a healthy relationship.
This next one is super important. Create a vision for fatherhood engagement. Think about what you hope your children will say about you as a father in the future. This will help you clarify your purpose and guide your decisions.
Be the bridge between your dad and your children. Reflect on your relationship with your father and decide what positive aspects to pass on to your children and what negative aspects to avoid.
Good. And establish ritual dad time. This is so important. Spend regular one-on-one time with your children, doing activities you both enjoy. Make sure to talk and build a strong connection.
Yep.
Know your children.
Yep.
So important. Be interested in their lives, know their friends, and understand their stressors. Show they're worthy of your time and attention.
Be known by your children, which is key. Share stories about your childhood and experiences to humanize yourself and initiate a meaningful dialogue. And I think my kids know me inside out. They know what I used to do and how I used to do it and where I used to do it and what I'm doing now. Every now and again.
And there are levels to it, because the way you expose yourself in terms of your stories to your 8-year-old will vary significantly from your 15-year-old and from your 20-plus-year-old.
Yes, man.
So,
All right, folks, that's it for Manversations. Hey, Tammy.